case in the chopper there in Santa Monica. Mike, kind of break us down what's going on.
Well, it started at, actually we're at 20th and Washington, I believe. This started in West LA, Air 16's over the scene. Apparently this woman driving a white van rammed a couple of officers, we believe one officer on foot and a couple of other vehicles. She's wanted for assault with a deadly weapon right now.
Is the vehicle, to our knowledge, stolen? Is it, I know it's been involved with an incident in terms of a crash, but can you break it down for us again? I just want to make sure we have a clear understanding of what we're looking at here.
Sure. It started out as an assault with a deadly weapon, being this vehicle. I got it. She tried to run over at least one police officer and then tried to ram several other vehicles. They went into pursuit. She's keeping even with this bus right now, but there's three other black and whites behind her, and they're just watching to see where she goes. There's a police helicopter, Air 16, that's over the scene. They're not going to let her get away. She's pulled up to there and said, okay, she's motioning, doing something. This may be it. But again, here in Wilshire Division or West LA, just north of the Santa Monica.
Whoa.
Oh, goodness. All right.
And there she is backing up again. So this is pretty crazy driving here that we haven't seen in a while, especially early in the morning. We've only seen one person. It's hard to see on the other side because I want to stay on the driver's side of this in case she bails out. But
right.
She's motioning to the officers, so there is some communication. At least she knows that the cops are behind her. Why she's trying to ram into other cars, we don't know. Hopefully, and then she goes backing up again. These guys are going to put in reverse and get out of her way. This is just crazy.
It is, and it looks like there's some sort of writing on the side on that door. It might give an idea of it.
Like a company.
Yeah,
perhaps.
A company
Yeah.
of who the van belongs to. Just a really scary situation.
Just through the powers of observation, Mike, it looks like she's telling them to back off, like that would suddenly work. 24-hour emergency service is what it says on the side. But it's almost like she thinks they're going to suddenly back off if she threatens them like this, and that's just not going to happen. She's a danger to herself and, of course, the community right now. So it's fascinating. They are taking a safer, hands-off approach, but that's only going to last for a certain amount of time.
Well, I think if she continues to drive in reverse, they're certainly going to stay out of her way, but they're not going to let her go. And whatever her ideas are as far as the police backing off and stopping this pursuit is just not going to happen. There she is, continuing in reverse, across another intersection. You can see the black and whites getting out of the way. Luckily, they got lots of resources over this helicopter with the night sun. You can see, plus, oh, look at that person in the crosswalk there. So a U-turn, we're going to get on the other side of it and see what happens.
And we should mention Eric Spillman is on the way to cover this story on the ground as well. You can see, unfortunately, we're having some signal issues. Oh, there it is back right now. My case, we could see that white car off to the side. Okay, goodness. Wow.
Look at this is crazy. Assault with a deadly weapon. This could end up to be maybe an officer-involved shooting. I don't know. She's kind of exiting the area again now, northbound, staying within a block or so of where this started. I can hear it. I can see it. Continue now eastbound and still west of the 405 freeway. She has picked up some speed, so about 45, 50 miles an hour it looks like, and she's chasing this other black and white. This is nuts. She's chasing the black and white. She's got a couple of other cars behind her. Look at this. This is just craziness.
You know, the only positive situation that I could come up with in this moment is that it's 5:08, not a lot of traffic on the roads just yet. That's the only positive thing that I could think of at this moment, but just extremely erratic, extremely dangerous for police officers. This is really unbelievable.
When you attack police like this, they have every right to defend themselves.
Absolutely.
So the police are being very deliberate in allowing her to even proceed at this point. If they wanted to, they could probably stop her. It would probably escalate very quickly after that, and not in a very, safe way for her.
Right.
I mean, she's literally, it's almost like you've heard the phrase suicide by cop.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost what we're witnessing here, an assault though with a vehicle.
Right.
She's trying to egg them on. So for them to show the restraint that they're showing so far, I think is remarkable.
Yeah, to be commended for sure. What street are we on here, Mike? Do you have an idea?
Is it Colby,
Is
just
that
south
Colby?
of Wilshire Boulevard?
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody trying to intentionally ramp 2 or 3 other police cars?
No.
I don't know.
That's
in
why.
Years, I've never seen this. And here she goes again. So they're leaving plenty of space here in between the black and whites in case she does something crazy like she's been doing for the last 5 minutes. And boy, I tell you, they not only are they defensively driving, but they have to watch out for what she's going to do. And she's shown that she really doesn't care about anybody's safety, certainly.
And that's the thing, Mike, and you just said it. The fact that it's one thing for the police to show restraint for themselves, but there's going to come a point, as Megan pointed out, it's early. As people start coming out, they start realizing, as they're getting ready to go to work early in the morning, the police are going to have to do something more drastic to put this to an end, because it's obvious that she's a danger to the community. Right now, she's a threat to everybody, including herself.
Well, LAPD's talking about a spike strip, how long it'll take them to get that set up, or if she decides to stay on the same street. Hopefully that's going to happen, but now all 3 black and whites are backing up to avoid her. Yeah, that's crazy. So anyway, here she is pulling off now southbound on Colby here from Wilshire, about a couple blocks south. It's a residential area, as you can tell, lots of apartment buildings. Lights are out now, and she's continuing the back and forth moves. Who knows what her problem is, but hopefully it's going to end here soon, and they're going to take her into custody. But they're not going to approach that car while she's still doing these crazy moves.
If folks are just joining us, let's kind of give them a recap as to how this started. I mean, as of right now, I believe you're the only live reporter on, overhead, giving us the play-by-play and what's happening. We joined this in progress, about 5-6 minutes ago. This woman wanted for assault with a deadly weapon for obvious reasons at this point.
The vehicle,
exactly. Yeah. What was the initial call, Mike?
That's all we heard scanner-wise was they were in pursuit of an assault with a deadly weapon vehicle, and the person driving the car had already tried to ramp several other cars. So you've seen this for the last couple of minutes. This was ongoing while we were leaving the airport. So there's other cars involved that she has tried to ramp. Don't know if any other parked cars or any other people were injured in this. She had crashed into them. But she's weaving her way now a couple of blocks east of Colby, still west of the 405 and northbound. It's Purdue. Thanks, Gil. Purdue northbound approaching Wilshire Boulevard.
Could be like a plumber, 24-hour emergency service, that kind of thing. It could be anything, to be fair. But it's definitely older, a bit dilapidated. You can see the paint peel on the front hood of the van. As Mike pointed out, unknown if it's stolen, but it was wanted. The want, as they say, was assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. So, which would be multiple counts now because she has struck police vehicles. She's tried to strike police vehicles, and I'll say it again, police showing remarkable restraint in this situation.
Right, and not just police vehicles. She's trying to strike a number of vehicles, right, Mike?
Well, yeah, crazy. She's right near West LA Station. Let me get around this tree. What we haven't seen in this pursuit is she's not trying to get away, which is crazy. I mean, all of the pursuits you see, they're running from the cops. She's going towards the cops. That's what makes this thing obviously so dangerous. We've heard maybe a spike strip if she stays in the same area. There she is. Is that a male or female? I can't tell.
I know, it's really hard to
It looks like a male
tell.
now.
It actually it could be a male. but it is hard to tell.
I think you're right. You mentioned it.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Mentioned it. What is it, Gil? Yeah, Gil says,
I think
could be a female. Let me maneuver around.
It's just
here.
unknown, so we have a suspect. But I think you said it best, Mike.
Yeah. Just one.
Okay, just ones that we can see.
Well, if they could move a black and white and get real close to the vehicle, in fact, like they do those felony stops, they just need coordination. They just need time to coordinate.
She goes again.
As long as she stays in that same area, they can get those black and whites around her, prevent her from going anywhere. If she wants to crash another couple of cop cars, that's one thing. But at least they can.
It looks like they're moving. They're pitting her.
Yep, another. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. So those were those. Fives down here. We're looking for you. We're at 15.
So they're escalating their effort.
Air 16's below us. another pit maneuver. Yeah, they want to get her stopped. It's time to put this thing to an end, and they are going to do that.
All right, so she's now on Santa Monica Boulevard, is that correct?
Yep, get close to the freeway here, approaching the 405, wrong side of the road, high rate of speed, driving erratically. Tons of felonies here.
We've seen her blow lights, and now she's doing it
with
again.
A deadly weapon, yeah.
And one of the things...
Okay, northbound here, paralleling the freeway.
One of the things that we've observed, and so now it becomes a whole nother situation. Before it was at a, still speed, but now we're getting up to, it looks like 80, Mike. So
guys are coming north through the...
yeah, now it's off to the races.
Well, it's off in the distance right now. Sky Fox making our way over to it, but it is northbound on the 405 freeway. You can see it right there. Actually, it's saying it's on Sepulveda. The map is because of the distance, but they are following this vehicle on the 405 freeway. I got to work with Jeff a little bit. If we could go a little bit to the right so we can see the car a little bit better, but he's on the northbound 405 freeway right now, and you can see it right there. Now, this has been a very violent pursuit.
This is a wild and dangerous high-speed pursuit. The van you see right there, we understand it's a female driver. We don't know if there's anyone else inside that vehicle, but she's driving erratically. She's already slammed into a couple patrol cars, and incredibly, she actually chased a patrol car, went right at the patrol car, and the patrol car had to get out of the way. We understand if there was possibly as many as 2 LAPD officers that have been hurt. We're right now on the 405 freeway northbound, coming up into the Sepulveda Pass. Sunset is coming up, that Sunset Boulevard right there, and you can see from time to time she drives extremely fast, then she slows down, swerves in and out of traffic. It's a pit maneuver. They're doing the pit maneuver. They want to stop this. This woman is dangerous. We don't see a pit maneuver often on the freeway. The 2 LAPD officers have already been hurt. They're doing everything.
We thought she was going to be straight and level on the freeway, and here she is going crazy like she was on the side streets. 5 got you on the west side. So here, they're going to set up a traffic break here for folks wanting to take the 405 right around Sunset. They're going to break the traffic northbound. In fact, they already have, and just take this car out as quickly as possible. They're going to box her in, and it's going to be all over with, hopefully, soon.
Various units in pursuit
10.
at this moment. 10 to be, okay.
What's
to
that?
be specific. 10 units in pursuit at this moment. Okay. Now the suspect pulling over. Let's try this again.
Come on.
There you go.
Oh, they now opposite direction.
We're
going
getting-
the wrong way on this northbound side. We also hear that an officer has been injured in this. I don't know if you heard that.
2, Mike. 2. We're getting word.
2? Okay.
Yeah, from our folks here that 2 officers have been taken to the hospital, condition unknown, because of the assault by this person.
Whether she struck them, they were on foot. We don't know whether this started as a traffic stop or not. It could have been that, which would explain if they were on foot. But she's just out of control. What they're going to do here is just wait to see. Okay, now just move in on her. Just move in on her. Stop this car. That's what they need to do.
Now she's going the wrong way.
This is a busy time of the morning, and so you're seeing drivers obviously not even aware what's happening until...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? It almost seems like this is intentional. That wasn't a very high-speed crash, but it almost seems like it was intentional. And you're so correct. These are just people trying to go to work. They have no idea what is going on right now. You can see those speeds out there. We can venture to say that it's pretty accurate what we're getting right there. I can't say that van is going 100 or even 99 miles an hour. Oh, whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness.
What is the purpose of that? That person just sitting there innocent, and now that van just collided right there. Some other passengers getting out of other vehicles running for cover.
These unsuspecting drivers, again, on their way to work and school
Just
drop-off,
sitting
things
there.
like that this morning. Oh,
Yeah, LAPD coming up. Okay, their person is out of the vehicle, climbing out of the vehicle right there.
On the roof of the car?
Climbing on top. Yep, climbing on top of the car and pointing at the big rig again. I don't know what that fascination with these big rigs are, but LAPD, now they have this situation. You've got injured folks. You have clearly aggression towards the LAPD officers. And if this person tries to carjack this big rig, this is going to end very poorly. That weapon right there, that green laser, that is less than lethal. That is a less than lethal. So, possibly possibly this is coming to an end right now, but what a crazy violent end right there. The person's still up on that roof of that vehicle and the big rig, but I am very concerned about the person inside that car right there. That was definitely a hard hit. That vehicle completely stopped, and then that van just colliding on purpose with that vehicle. LAPD taking that suspect into custody right there, but again, what a crazy morning out here on the 405 freeway. This ending in the Brentwood area just before, right at Wilshire Boulevard.
Cell phone video shows a woman outside a white Chevy van with Missouri plates causing a disturbance. Relatives say she's 41-year-old Lisa Heflin, seen in this missing persons flyer. The LAPD was called to the corner of 3rd and Rose Avenues just before 4:30 Friday morning when neighbors say Heflin backed her van into a police car.
I heard a bang, and it sounded like two vehicles hitting each other.
Wayne Dean lives out of this silver van, which had been parked next to Heflin's.
She stepped on the gas hard, so it spun the tires. I ran to get on the sidewalk, but she went backwards and pretty much backed into the LAPD's cruiser.
That led to a dangerous police pursuit that made its way onto the 405 freeway. The van hits one car, then an attempted pit maneuver, which caused the Chevy to spin around and go in the wrong direction. Moments later, as the van went against traffic, it crashed into a car before slamming into a big rig driven by Oscar Ruiz.
Open the door, I need help.
David Hill was also involved in the Pala.
She was pinned inside the van. I was terrified, so I immediately just jumped out of my car, came over to the shoulder because I didn't know if that person was armed with a gun, knife, what they wanted to do. It was pretty terrifying.
Images of Heflin's arrest made their way to Missouri, where her ex-husband and another relative told us she's had a history of mental problems. A family member filed a missing persons report Thursday after they lost contact with her earlier in the week. Neighbors in the area say the city has cleaned up encampments here over the past year, but new faces have since popped up, living in cars and vans.
If they clean it up, we wouldn't have all these crimes and all these issues here. I mean, people are always calling the police all the time.
Face down and bloody, a pursuit suspect taken into custody after a wild chase that started in West LA.
Oh, there it is. Oh, look at this. This is nuts.
Sky 5 overhead as she was speeding in a white van going the wrong way and crashing into cars on the 405.
She's just out of control.
It ended when she collided head-on with a big rig and two other cars on the 405 near Wilshire.
Out of nowhere, that white van just came careening into us.
David Hill was inside his car when the driver slammed into the side of it.
I immediately exited my vehicle because her door was wedged against my car, and I didn't know if that person was armed with a weapon or what they were going to do.
Other drivers tell us she wasn't just trying to get away from LAPD. It looked like she was trying to crash into other cars.
She wanted to kill somebody because she was straight. She was straight to the people.
I've been ordered by the cartel. KTLA has obtained this video of the moments just before the pursuit started. Neighbors near 4th and Rose in Venice called 911 to report a woman disturbed, possibly on drugs, screaming in the street.
I heard a bang. It sounded like two vehicles, hitting each other. It wasn't a really loud bang, but you could hear the impact.
That woman crashed her van into two police cars before taking off.
And I just saw the police car there and then the white van. Next thing I know, the white van just made a right turn heading east on Rose, and then the police officer just started chasing the vehicle.
Neighbors say the woman lives in a car at a homeless encampment near 4th and Rose where the pursuit started.
Almost every night they are blasting music, doing drugs or drinking, whatever it is that they're doing. But often that devolves into yelling and screaming and fighting.
So this morning, after speeds of more than 90 miles per hour, several pit maneuvers, head-on crashes, and the suspect crawling onto the hood of a big rig, it ended. Nobody seriously hurt.